no more money. Hey yo, excuse me, Mr. Journalist. I wanna how you make your headlines in the press release today. Although I read the news every day, but I'm really still getting confused now. And I just wanna ask you some questions. Oh, they say based on money, they say based on presidency, they say based on technology, they say based on war. Tell me, we got major headlines. Oh, we got major story. Yeah. There is no job, no money for hustlers. We got major headlines. We got major story. Hey, there is no job, no money for hustlers. Come take our coverage. The rainy season coming soon. In the ghetto, all the houses are full of. Good morning, good morning, good morning, folks, wherever you are joining us. We want to welcome you to the midweek edition of the program from the Prenews here on Freedom FM 87.9. I'm glad that I'm here this morning. We have we have the online version of the Front Page Africa. We have the online version also of the Daily Observer. So we're going to be looking at the two local dailies this morning. And so wherever you are joining us from, get seated, increase your volume, and let's have the discussion together. My name is Esther Darlene Daku. Hopefully, I'm going to be joined by Wendell. I'm sure he's caught up in the traffic because the traffic on the uh, Gunnersville and all the way to Freeport coming to Vartown. I mean, it's not easy. I was just in it and I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so there's a traffic on the road there, and hopefully we're gonna have him in town just before we can come to the climax of the show. And we're also gonna be joined by our Radio LIV partners. Probably we will be joined by Tunis, Aliu, or Gus, and we've already sent them the invite, so hopefully they are gonna be joining us. But until then, I am your lone presenter for now. And so we have the two local dailies. Let's jump into it. And we have ex Vice President Taylor appears before police as NPP Chairman George Moba calls for calm. Hmm, looks interesting. Wow. I'm being met by a low internet. I don't know what's happening. A lot of recent. I don't know who else have been experiencing this, but there's been a serious internet issue of recent in this country. I don't know whether it's for other networks, but my phone is also, acting up the same way. And I don't want to believe that Front Page Africa has a problem with their page because I'm not getting it from Google on my phone. Let's try a little more. Let's see if we can have the Front Page Africa and have it here. I think this is the okay. I think we're gonna follow the link. Let's see if we can get there. But it's difficult to get Front Page Africa from the phone. I was trying to use my laptop, but the internet is so slow and I don't know what's going on. But I think we have one story here. We'll just keep looking at the stories from the link end. We have the Armed Forces of Liberia quotes women recruit in Nigeria. Yeah, it says that women filled fewer than one in 13 uniforms in the Armed Forces of Liberia. The AFL went to Nigeria County this week to ask young women to change that. A military delegation told students in Zweju that the armed forces needs to expand its ranks. It wants qualified young Liberians, particularly women, to apply.
The delegation described the AFL as a professional institution offering personal and career development and said it values professionalism, dignity, commitment, willingness to serve, discipline, and leadership. Women hold 7.5% of the positions in the force, including 11.5% of officer slots and 7.1% of enlisted slots, according to a Defense Ministry project document. In 2017, the Gender and Security Sector National Task Force put women at 3% of the AFL, the lowest of any Liberian security institution at the time. The Defense Ministry and the AFL launched a project on February 9 with UN Women funded by the LICE Initiative Fund to raise the number of Liberian women in uniform and qualify more of them for United Nations peacekeeping deployment, including in command position. The project parades recruitment outreach with a nationwide campaign to challenge the assumption that soldering is men's work. The campaign is to run in all 15 counties, grouped in 4 regions, and roll out in phases through community meetings, school and university outreach, media work, and stakeholder dialogues. It targets families, educators, county authorities, religious leaders, and women's groups on the reasoning that a barrier to women listed sits as much in household and communities in the barrack. The AFL measured those barracks in September 2022 using an assessment methodology deployed by the Geneva Central for Security Sector Governance to gauge the military's capacity to deploy women to peacekeeping operations and ensure they participate meaningfully once there. Okay, so that's the story. Let's see more stories here this morning. I I don't want us to just get out here. Let's see if we can have more stories from this end. Okay, we have Delon rebukes. Well, let's see the date. Hopefully, it's today's story. We have Delon rebukes Sando over Coney attack, warns do not follow political clapping and cheers. This story is right here. Let's take some lines from it. Okay, I think we have this one here. The internet is just slow. I mean, very slow. But we're gonna manage. Montserrat County Senator Darius DeLord has publicly rebuked Deputy Information Minister Daniel Osando over his attack on Senator Amara Cornell, warning his fellow Unity Party partisans to exercise restraint and avoid using religion as a weapon in political disagreement. DeLore's intervention came after Sando accused Cornell of helping orchestrate the defeat of then Vice President Joseph Liman Boakai in 2017 presidential election and suggested that Conan bears moral and historical responsibility for George Weah's subsequent presidency. But Delon, who described Sano as a younger brother, said the deputy minister's reference to Conan's religion and religious beliefs was inappropriate and out of order. Your recent comments directed at Senator Amara Conan essentially referencing his religion and religious belief were inappropriate and out of order from my viewpoint, DeLone said in a public message directed at Sando. There are many others who are other ways to respond to issues than the minor and path you have chosen. You need to reach out to and make amends. He added, DeLone's rebuke is significant because he and Sando are members of the Liberia Party ruling Unity Party. Making his intervention on unusually public call for restraint from within the governing political establishment, I may not be the best moral voice. Okay, it says that DeLong began his message by acknowledging his own imperfections and long experience in Liberian politics. Let me do this in public this time around. I may not be the right or best moral voice to advise you, DeLong told Sano. He said his own shortcomings as a human being and national leader did not prevent him from sharing license acquired through more than 2 decades in public service. I have been around for good while now and have gained some experience in public service, Dillon said. I have grown from a youth to a full-grown adult in public service for over 20 years. Drawing on advice from his mother when he was growing up, Dillon urged Sano to slow down and exercise greater caution. I am still I can still recall when I was a kid growing up, my mother used to say, "My son, you better take time in life. You got far way to go till on record." He said he initially misunderstood the advice, believing his mother was simply trying to prevent him from doing things his own way. But then the benefit of experience, Dillon said he now understands the importance of restraint. We have more stories here this morning to look into. We have our Grand Cheetah CDC chairman resigns. Says I don't know. I hope this story is today's story. Yeah, because I'm finding it difficult using this is old. I don't. This is old. And so let's look up more stories this morning. And the front page, Africa, we have five southeastern counties set to benefit as its CSA established regional administrative hub in Zouedru. That's it. And we have, what's this? We have news analyst. It says a Kimia question. Did a former foreign minister divert solid rights or help? But that does not look like that. Let's see. Mm, there are lots of interesting stories here today, but it's just sad. I don't know what's happening with the regular way to go to the front page Africa. I'm just finding it so difficult that I have to keep using this link, and the link is not even talking. It's not really providing the necessary storage that it should be providing. Let's not give up. Let's see if we have more stories. Okay, we have more. This is George. When a wallet declares quote custodian of Liberia's peace warned against mob justice. And this says beyond authority, George Peabody warns against retaliatory leadership. And then Chisholm hit the threat coercion charge, US 228,658 property secures 10,000 bonds. And Mary brought long road back from powerful GSA boss to prison to prosecution's withdrawal in Saudi rights case. Mm. This is way, and let's take some lines. It says Mary brought long road back from powerful GSA boss to prison to prosecution's withdrawal in Saudi rights case. The Saudi rights case has been a dramatic for former GSA Director General Mary tying on broad from one of Liberia's most recognizable public offices to a prison cell, and now more than a year after her arrest, an unexpected exit from the criminal proceedings. On Tuesday, August 11, criminal Kosi assigned Judge Usman Fekai granted the prosecution's application for null prosecute beginning to an end the criminal case against the former Director General of the General Service Agency. The ruling formally removed Ball as a defendant to the case and ordered the clerk of court to return her criminal appearance bond or its value where applicable. Her departure from the case marks a striking turn in a saga that began in June 2025 when Broad was arrested alongside former Foreign Affairs Minister D. Maxwell Kimia and former National Disaster Management Agency Executive Director Henry O. Williams over allegations surrounding thousands of bags of rice donated to Liberia by Saudi Arabia. Long before the rice controversy, Broad had already established herself as one of the most forceful and controversial figures in Liberia's public administration. During the administration of the former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, she became widely known as her aggressive campaign to claim Monrovia, enforce municipal regulations, and reclaim public spaces. Her method earned her both admiration and criticism. Supporters saw a determined public official willing to confront entrenched interests and restore order to the capital. Critics accused her of heavy-handed enforcement. The public profile grew further when she later served as Director General of the GSA under former President George Manuel Weah. The GSA is a central government institution responsible for managing state assets, procurement-related functions, and government property placed raw at the heart of Liberia's administrative machinery. But the same public profile that once made her a symbol of government activism would later place her under intense scrutiny. The controversy centered on 29,412 bags of rice donated by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia through the King Salman Humanitarian Aid and Relief Center in 2023. The donation was intended to assist Liberians affected by disasters or Liberians affected by disaster, including floods and fires. Investigators later alleged that more than 25,000 bags were diverted to or otherwise unaccounted for, with the value of the allegedly missing rice estimated at more than 425,000. The allegations placed several former officials under investigation, including Bro, Kimia, and Williams. According to reports at the time, authorities alleged that the humanitarian donation was distributed without adequate documentation and was diverted for personal or political benefit. But let's see quickly. So this is it. We have more stories to look at this morning. Let's go back. We have suspended but not charged. Why are former suspended LDEA chiefs still waiting for a reason? And that's the story. It says suspended but not charged. Why are former suspended LDEA chiefs still waiting for a reason? But let's come to the story. Former Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency officer in charge, DCP Fitzgerald T. N. Diago, a former deputy officer in charge for operations, ACP Patrick B. Kamazu, have now been replaced in the agency's leadership structure after their subsequent recalling and suspension of President Joseph Boakai. But while the government has moved swiftly to change the command at the institution responsible for fighting Liberia's narcotics trade, there remains no publicly available investigative findings against Iliamen. The development leaves Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency at the center of an increasingly uncomfortable question in Liberia's escalating war on narcotics of who is investigating the investigators. For former LDA officer in charge, Fitzgerald TM Bago, and former deputy officer in charge of operations, Patrick Kamazu, the question is now personal. Both senior officials have been removed from their positions and placed under investigation as the government of Liberia responds to a succession of extraordinary cocaine seizures and allegations of possible compromise within the country's drug enforcement system. But Front Page Africa has reliably gathered that despite the government's announcement The two officials were turned over for investigation. There is still no clear public indication that a substantive investigation has been completed or in Kamazu's case, even what specific allegation prompted his suspension. The uncertainty is becoming increasingly key because the government's anti-drug campaign has reached an unprecedented stage. Liberia has seized cocaine worth hundreds of millions of dollars, arrested suspected traffickers, dismissed security personnel, and launched investigations into officials working within the very institution responsible for stopping the trade. Yet, two senior LDEA commanders remain suspended while fundamental questions about their case remain unanswered. Bago rose to the leadership of the LDEA at a critical moment. He became the agency's officer in charge in 2005, assuming responsibility for an institution facing growing pressure to demonstrate that Liberia would not become a convenient corridor for international narcotics trafficking. His tenure was marked by increasingly aggressive public messaging against drug traffickers, but the same administration that placed him at the forefront of the Liberia drug that the anti-drug campaign has now suspended him. Reports carried by several media outlets alleged that Bago was linked to receiving a pick-up vehicle from a person described as being connected to a drug trafficking network. Well, let's see if we have more stories. Not, then we are gonna call it a day. We have okay. I think so far is that all we're gonna take today from the front page Africa. Let's quickly jump to the Daily Observer. We're gonna take just few stories, and then we are going to have our talking point for today. We have Liberia agrees to receive 1,200 US deportees. Liberia agrees to receive 1,200 US deportees. The government of Liberia announces an arrangement with the government of the United States of America for the dignified, safe, and timely transfer from the United States of America to the Republic of Liberia of persons to be removed from the United States. The arrangement is based on an exchange of notes between the two countries on September 4 and September 10, 2025. Liberia intends to accept up to 1,200 persons to be transferred from the United States of America within a year. The persons to be transferred to Liberia are third country nationals, some of whom may wish to seek asylum in Liberia. Under the arrangement of those to be transferred from the United States of America to Liberia will include citizens or nationals of African and Western Hemisphere countries who are medically authorized to travel. The government of Liberia announces further that the first batch of 20 individuals to be transferred to Liberia under the arrangement will arrive in the country on Thursday, August 20, 2026. Meanwhile, the government has made the necessary preparations for their reception at the Rabat International Airport for more, I mean, for their stay in Liberia. The government wants to emphasize that those being brought to Liberia are not criminals and are not being prosecuted in any manner under United States or Liberian law. They are being received as guests of the Republic of Liberia in keeping with Liberia's long-standing tradition of being a country that provided shelter to all those seeking refuge and protection from persecution, wars, and other forms of conflict. The persons to be transferred from the United States of America direct to Liberia should therefore be afforded full Liberian hospitality whilst in Liberia and shall remain free to depart the country when they so desire. However, any person being brought to Liberia who desires to make Liberia their home will be accorded the opportunity to apply for asylum in keeping with Liberian laws. The government of Liberia intends to provide the transferred persons with the necessary support to seek protection in Liberia and be safe during their stay here. The transfer of persons to Liberia is not a transaction with a quid pro quo. Liberia has not demanded or received any compensation or promise of reward in exchange for its consent to participate in the program. Liberia will receive support to help manage the program and strengthen its migration system more broadly. Liberia's gesture is entirely humanitarian and in keeping with the country's long-standing traditions. Liberia, the first black African independent nation on the continent of Africa, has a long history of accepting people seeking refuge from political and other crises. As a matter of fact, Liberia itself was founded as a refuge for free people of color, some of the formerly enslaved from the United States of America and other parts of the world. The name Liberia comes from the Latin word liber, meaning free, so Liberia means land of the free. The country has maintained this tradition through the years when Liberia stood as the only independent country in Africa during the period of European colonialism and domination. The country provided a safe haven for African freedom fighters in the struggles to liberate the rest of Africa, including Nelson Mandela, who lived in Congo Town. Stateless African freedom fighters used Liberia as their residence and traveled the world with Liberian passports. Liberia has no history of deporting anyone for living in Liberia irregularly or without documentation. Hmm. Well, we will come to that definitely. But let's run through more stories this morning. Let's see all we have from the Daily Observer. We have more iron ore, missing tax and profits. This is here. We have rescue over. It's time to fix Liberia. And, no, this is it. Rescue over. It's time to fix Liberia. Let's hear what the vice president has to say. Vice President Jeremiah Fankun has declared that the Unity Party-led government has moved beyond the rescue phase it promised Liberians during the 2023 presidential and general elections, challenging the Ministry of Finance and Development planning to make the proposed 2027 national budget a blueprint for fixing, rebuilding, and projecting Liberia forward. Home's message represents a potentially important shift in the administration's political and economic narrative, having intentionally presented its mandate as a mission to rescue Liberia from the consequences of years of bad governance and economic challenges. The vice president is now arguing that the government must demonstrate what comes after the rescue. The process of rescuing is over. The boat is on shore now. What we need to do now is to get it ready and fixed. He said. The metaphor captures the central challenge facing the administration as it approaches the second half of its first term, moving from diagnosis and stabilization to visible transformation. Cole made the remarks earlier this week while commending Finance Minister Augustine Boyega and the leadership and staff of the FDP for the ministry's role in sustaining government operations and managing the completing demands on limited public resources. But his message went beyond praise. He effectively challenged the finance ministry to ensure that the 2027 budget reflects the economic realities of ordinary Liberians rather than becoming primarily an accounting document for government institutions. The vice president's declaration that the rescue mission is over is politically significant because the language of rescue was central to the Unity Party 2023 campaign and the administration's early justification of its priorities. The implication of Cohen's statement is that the government can no longer rely primarily on the argument that it inherited difficult circumstances. The public expectation now shifts towards results. Rescue in this farming was about getting the country to show Fixing means determining what needs to be repaired once the country is there. That means addressing institutional weaknesses, improving economic opportunities, strengthening public services, and ensuring that government spending translates into measurable improvements in people's lives. Kuhn's statement therefore raised a more demanding political question for the administration. What will Liberia be able to point to say to say has materially improved because the government moved from rescue to rebuilding? That question is likely to become increasingly important as the administration approaches the 2029 elections. Kuhn's principal instruction to the MFDP was that ordinary Liberians should be at the center of the government's budgetary decision. That emphasis is significant because the national budget inevitably evolves, competing institutional demands. What is it? Let's jump to more stories this morning. Yeah, we have Chinese frame export to US 13K timber amid moratorium. And now we have LTA signs new satellite framework targets digital access across Liberia. And then we have 5 minutes ago, this was posted. Government WFP extends school feeding program to 2028. Government WFP extends school feeding program to 2028. So far, I think these are all of the stories we have this morning from the Daily Observer. And so we're going to take a break. When we come back, we can definitely go to our talking point. So let's take word from our sponsors. We will be back.
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price store on Gurley Street and Smart Road Junction on the Old Road?
Oh no, Charles, tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of crop beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price store on Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Exactly. When you want some more, I provide it. So we start to talk. Come on, some going deep and deeper. Put it to Ichiki. Without living something.
I can't stand no more, cause no more food. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. I can't stand no more, cause no more food. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. Hey yo, excuse me, Mr. Journalist. I wonder how you make your headlines in the press release today. Although I read the news every day, but I'm really still getting confused now. And I just wanna ask you some questions. Oh, they say pay some money, they say pay some presidency, they say pay some technology, they say pay some war. Tell me, we got major headlines. Oh, we got major story. There is no job, no money for hustlers.
Okay, it looks like I am your lone presenter today. So, folks, let's jump into our discussion. Well, my attention is drawn to this deportation issue. We're hearing that Liberia agrees to receive 1,200 U.S. deportees. I mean, this is not our first time hearing this. We've heard it before. I think it was last year. when we heard something like this. Oh, I think we read something like this on this very platform, and that's what my one of the things my attention is drawn to this morning. And another thing is the fact that we're not moving away from discussing this drug issue until it is being resolved, until we can hear, the big names and all of that, because we keep hearing in the corridor this other person giving an allegation, and even police chief and all giving an allegation that he cannot pinpoint at the big people he's talking about, but he's writing letter up and down, you know, inviting people to come and pinpoint at those they think are involved within this drug issue, when he already have been the one leading this entire allegation thing, because he started with the allegation in the first place. So the drug thing is something that we all are gonna keep talking about. We will talk about it on this platform. Like Aliyu said, we will talk about it from now to 2029. We will keep talking about it because this is something that is affecting our country. We see our children, we see our brothers, our sisters, they are out there in the street, because of this drug thing. And we have people who are living a flamboyant life in this country, acting like their hustles are paying, and other people who are trying their little business that they have, and it still cannot meet up to that benchmark in which these guys that are involved with drug, are living on, and all of that. And so people cannot be living at the detriment of others, most especially if this is a crime. And then you have people who should be leading the task force to eradicate this thing from our society are the ones being accused, of bringing drug into the country. So this is something that we will keep talking about. We're not going to stop talking about it. It is important that all of us, each and every one of us, we join our voices together and speak about this. It is important. And so, yeah, we're going to have this drug conversation today with all of you. We're going to keep talking about it. We will keep putting the government feet to the fire because they owe it to us. They have to tell us what's next, what's happening. We are here to hear the big names that are behind this drug thing. Since these two, those two were arrested, foreign nationals, I think a Colombian and somebody else, a foreign national too. They were both arrested, and up to now, we have not heard the big names behind these guys. You know, even though it's been whispered in the corridor that the son of the president is involved, but we do not have the evidence to that, and so it is still being alleged. And we're hoping that whoever that is behind this drug thing, can be arrested, brought to public ridicule, because we have to know them. We see simple drug users and sellers. Sometimes you will see picture of somebody with few tablets in front of them, either tramadol or whatever it is. They will have that banner in their hand that writes suspect, and we will see what they are selling. But then you have someone bringing in about 3 million plus drug in your country. You're talking about people bringing in 19 million, and we are still here to see people, holding that placard in their hand written suspect, with the drug in front of them. This is something that we look forward to seeing so much. But just before we can come back to this drug issue, let's jump to this deportation that is about to happen from the United States. We are told that 1,000 Liberia is to receive 1,200 deportees to Liberia. So now my question, because I have a question, because this is something that we all should talk about. This is something that we all should know about. My question here is, why are these people being imported from the United States? Is the United States not big enough to host, the number of people they want to send to Liberia? I'm told that Liberia is not the only country that is to receive, you know, these people. Liberia have, accepted to receive about 1,200. So the remaining ones, those other countries that have accepted, I'm told Ghana have also accepted. But then at the end of the day, let's look at what Liberia is. You know, it's not just about saying, yes, we can host these people, because probably they cannot go back to their country, they are seeking refuge or they are seeking asylum and all of that. It is a good thing. But now my question is, Why are they being deported from the United States? Why is it, why would they think that Liberia is the best place, to host these people looking at our society, how it is? We have a fragile health system. We have electricity issue. We have a lot of issues. So why security issue should also be added there? We have serious security issue because if someone wants to say that the security sector is better in this country, look at what we have in what we are facing with the drug issue. Drug are passing through our ports, drug are passing through our airports and all of that. And so is Liberia safe enough? Do we have the security measures put in place to receive people who are being deported? Is the government going to provide all of the information about these people that are coming? What, why are they being deported for? What crimes did they commit in the United States that they are being deported? Because once you are in the United States, it is either you are not properly documented, and if you are seeking asylum in the United States, how did you get there if you were not received in the United States? Did you go on a visit and decide to seek asylum? Did the United States government find out that your asylum you are seeking doesn't make any sense because probably you are just making it up and all of that? We want to know the reasons why these people are being deported. Our communities are very fragile. We do not have the correct security system in this country. A lot of things can happen, and we see that nothing has been done about it. I cannot remember one time ever in this country that a body was found on the street and the police or the investigators were able to find out the cause of the person's death, who did the act, and all of that, and prosecute the person. I have not seen that. But you are seeing it in other countries. People have CCTV cameras all on their streets. You go right here to Ivory Coast. The different street lights has cameras. And so that when drivers even violate, you can be fined for that. Do we have these security measures put in place in our country? Are we able to host these people? Because these are the things that we should look at. I understand that Liberia, the foundation of Liberia, yes, was to receive free blacks. We're not in the days of slavery. This is a country. This is an independent nation. And so accepting deportees from other countries, I think you owe it to your citizen. We want to know the cost because these people will be they will be integrated into our society. They are going to be living with us in our communities. Do we know their track records? We have to know. It is important for our safety. President Boyka is at his house. He had several security personnel guarding his house. But what about the common old man in the community who raising her girls' children or raising her boys' children? The entire world is polluted. There are a lot of things happening. Look at the case of a former NSA employee on their 16-year-old sodomy case. There are a lot of things happening in our society, and our security system is not fit enough to look at these things. And so, from my end, I think this is alarming. And I'm told that the first batch of 20 will be coming this year. So it's like they will be, sent to the country bit in pieces until they can have all of them here. Why is the United States sending them out of their country? Why are they, you know, America is a big place. There is a huge opportunity on our end. We don't have nothing here. What's the opportunity we have? We got young people right now, they're staying home, they don't have jobs. They got nothing to do. Is the government going to be responsible to feed those people when they come? How are they going to survive in our society? Are they going to automatically get money? Is the United States government giving them something to start? Or is it going to be on Liberia's shoulder? Because we have to ask this question. Liberia is 179 years old. That's the age of this country. And we are nowhere when it comes to development. We are nowhere. And so our country resources should be used for the benefit of Liberia. And the very story is telling us that Liberia is not benefiting anything for receiving these people in our country. It is because Liberia is, Liberia is a free country. We accept people who wants to seek asylum. Liberia, I mean, if everybody was doing this, if everybody would have this kind of mindset, their countries wouldn't grow too. You must know where you are before you be able to do these things. Where are you, Liberia, in terms of security? Where are you? Well, that's my take, and I don't know about you guys out there. I don't know what you think about this, but this is how I feel about. I feel like Liberia is not fit enough to host deportees. We do not have the security for that, and we do not want things happening in our country that, at the end of the day, it cannot be solved. Because if someone is being deported, it means there is a reason they are being deported. There are a lot of people in the United States there. They are living there. Some of them went illegally. They were able to get documents and they are living there peacefully. They are not committing no crimes to be arrested. So why are these people being deported? Why? That's my question. I want to know because it is important that we know these things. So we will go to the telephone lines now. Let's give you the rest of the time, callers. You can call in and form part of the program this morning. Call us on 0776 104 0886500104. Those are the numbers you can call us on this morning and be a part of our talking point here this morning. I don't know, but let's take a few comments first. Let's see if we can get to our comment session. But keep your calls coming in this morning. Let's talk these issues. I am told from the Daily Observer that Liberia is to receive 1,200 deportees. How do you see this? What do you think? You know, this is something I want to talk about. This is something that, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize the phone was off. But we have it on now, so you can put your calls in. Let's talk the issue. Let's talk about what's happening, what is about to happen, because you are about to receive 1,200 deportees. I'm told that the first batch of 200 will be sent to Liberia this very year. Well, let's oh no. Okay, we will come back to the comments. Let's have our first caller on the line. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the show, Benu.
Thank you. And for my name is not in the broadcast. And so he said something that is down there. For my name was he nothing did I mean still taking faith. To go not so that was in a woman, he paid still boring. You know, the old man in the power is on based on the something that he can rescue. The people were pointing out they were suffering, they were dying from food. But today I know, and since the month of June, the 90 billion of cooking, we saw our former back being arrested because of the fact that we see her being critical, making serious analysis. So anybody has started to be critical, they want to go after you. So today we are on our way at the national headquarters to see what people of Georgia, what you are involved into the case. Because we all know who all is involved into the case. Me, I'm not going to mean, I'm going to say elected and Georgia Jenny will say, but for me, you know, Kamara, you have the 5%, you have the percent to be part of the cooking. Because Patrick is telling all people that you receive a call when the president comes to go at the airport. So there are a lot of things coming up down. I'm not friends and family who work, and we know who Patrick is. Patrick, we know that we are Patrick have played with so when you give people money to execute, why we execute and start to support that the New song and the people to go on put the common people so we there to see what people our former people so we there to see where because it's the former president the other day people for the former minister of power want to where my Georgia is part of the cooking one the hot the cooking that day you are that's what is back in the face of the opposition to see your president Kawhi then people come out and say he part of
Thank you very much, Binu Kamar. Thank you for calling. Let's take another person. Hello, welcome.
Good morning, yes, sir.
Good morning. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Peter David Castle, I come from another street like in Roy Johnson, an outstanding member of the concern of for Johnson. My brother, that's my sister, the government has lost total balance. And that's why we articulated to the people yesterday that just how you map Wakai and I will not become a good president for Liberia. We're in a war, and the government, the sitting government, will accept the Djibouti's where you do not even know they are obedient. You accept them into your country. See how kind of risky and that antiquity idea these guys came to power with. They don't even know they are left on the right. It's completely diminishing on the part of Liberia and on the part of this particular government. They want to plunge this particular country into a chaotic situation. Because when people come into governance with a team mind, they become what? Oppressive.
Wow.
They become what? A dictatorial. That's the attitude of this particular government. Look at what the information I'm getting this morning. And the former vice president on her way because she was called to attend a women program in Nigeria. And she was forced out. So these guys just sat yesterday, portrayed themselves. Criticize other people. They just see that just like man bringing the old man into power for go to their food here and sit down. That's completely naivety on the part of government. And we are not going to sit down. Nobody's going to share and a way. As far as we are concerned, the drugs that you put about just like Mabuakai and a Jojo Buakai and the entire security apparatus of this particular government. So they need to leave Juan Howard alone.
Okay.
That's complete naivety. They cannot do anything. My brother, just like Mabuakai, they are all going to fail this country. So the people that are misleading you and the government come out and the entire security apparatus, they are the one that's supporting your government.
Okay.
We know that you just like Mabuakai, you people are the one that brought the government, injected the drugs, the cookies into this particular country.
Okay.
That's the reality.
All right.
So thank you very much.
Thank you for calling. Let's take this breaking. This was posted an hour ago, and this is the story I was trying to get, and I don't know what was happening with my internet. But we have it here. It says breaking former Vice President Taylor taken to police headquarters for questioning over ongoing investigations. Former Vice President Joe Howard Taylor is currently undergoing questioning at the headquarters of the Liberia National Police. Sam Police spokesman Sam Collins confirmed that Taylor had earlier been stopped for leaving Liberia at Roberts International Airport after investigators informed her that she was a person of interest in ongoing major national investigations. Taylor was escorted to the police headquarters early Wednesday, August 19, 2026, by Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency Director General Daniel Ziankan and Police Inspector General Gregory Coleman. Former Associate Justice Councilor Kabina M. Jane is representing Taylor's legal interest. Taylor is so far the first major opposition figure to be identified as a person of interest in the ongoing drug investigation. Wow. I mean, is this how far we've gone? Wow. But that's the breaking news. Let's go back to our calls. Let's take this person. Hello, welcome.
Yeah,
Good
good
afternoon.
morning. Yeah, just putting slap back on it from the Virgins because they school number 11.
Go ahead.
We know the government trick. We know another discussion has been created for us to take our mouth on the main issue, but that's the lie. If our mouth maybe disrupted them by now, we have been talking about this cookie issue. But yeah, the cookie issue has been serious problem to our country. People, our players have been denied from going to the United States to go represent and celebrate their Nature Day. So what we want to say here is that the government has to be careful with some decisions that they are making because we are being hearing about people that they declare as special interest. They are working free here. No arrests were made. They never invited them to the depot. But today, we never hear that Madam Taylor
Was involved.
or personal interest, but they take her to the central. This is injustice, unfair, which something will continue to ask Mr. Parker to rule rightfully that the citizen will benefit. We are not here for which one. Let it should be the way it belongs. And Parker has a bad leadership record. And when Parker took over CPP, it broke down. Everything scattered. And the people look at it and get our presidency, our country to Parker. That the result we are seeing today. Thank you, sister.
Thank you for calling. Let's take another person. Hello, welcome.
Good morning, my sister Esther.
Good morning. Welcome to the show. Go ahead quickly.
Thank you very much. Esther, you see, thank you very much for a line of conversation. This is the common put chairman. My name is P.O.P. Willie.
Go ahead.
Member of the Concern at for Justice. Esther, we all are followers of the media. Like I always say, I said on a show the last time that I am, a follower of the press, whether international or local press. Before the president of America came out with a particular thing of deportation, they said that there will be people who are being deported that don't have correct documents, but then there was money added to it. Now all the people that don't have correct documents, but people with underlying criminal record. But if you have a government that is not responsible, they're always doing lies. That government playbook is lies. When the president and least any party are all liars. Those guys got very underlying criminal record, whether it is wire fraud or it is some kind of criminality that they carry on in the United States, that was making them to be deported. But our government will tell us, those guys, they can't come for visit. Why they can't go visit in our European country? They can wear America. Why would they choose or share one honor to the other country and abroad to come visit? That's what you get if you have a kind of irresponsible government. That will lead into the issue of the judge. Linked to the judge, they can't be arrested, nothing can happen to them. The reason why Marcos will be taken from jail and be riding by instead of Marcos bar, it is because Joseph Human Boakai and his son Tantan or Jojo Boakai Jr. are the real cartel chiefs. Just think about this, Esther. How come the judge cartel got the photo of President Joseph Human Boakai? If you watch that video that was trending on the social media carefully, those guys were showing their men taking photo with the president. They were showing it. Ibrahim Traore. They said he's got sachet in their colonial language or middleman. So if a middleman can bring Ibrahim Traore, Ibrahim Traore took picture with the president, not one, not twice, but he took picture with the president on his farm, in a bedroom, he took picture with the president in his office. How come? They are leaving all of this, and they are going for other people who are not involved. The vice president being here, we are not hearing anything about indictment on the vice president. We are not hearing anything but just for the woman of you traveling, and they go in Paris at the airport. If the vice president was involved, I think she being like yet. We have not heard that vice president support for question you are question of interest. But for her to be traveling, then you in Paris on the way. I think this is bad. This is a recipe to get back into our dark days. It's not good for Liberia. Thank you this morning for that.
Thank you very much for calling. Let's come to this line. Oh, wow, you've been on the line so long, and just when I'm about to take your call, you left the line. But keep your calls coming in. Okay, I think we have you now. Hello, welcome.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the show. Tell us your name and where you join us from.
Okay, yeah, my name is James Toba, and I do join from Wiala. Specifically where it used to be called No Safe.
Go ahead.
Okay, No Safe. We are gathering now in our numbers, and I do call you from one of the disbanded players of the NPFL.
Okay.
This is the movement that we have been waiting for. And we are going to show to this government that we are serious-minded people, and we will put it on the rightful trajectory. So we just call to let the government to know, as far as the police is concerned, we are not going to sit and let this responsible
government to denigrate our former vice president. They have to know the best. So we are going to come. I'm going to put my men together that already started to call us. We used to control the Wiara base, where they used to call no safe. This is where we used to take the safe on our arms. For us, we are always ready. So we are still in the making. So in a very possible time, some of our boys are already in town. So they have been calling us. So we are on our way coming.
Okay.
We are on our way coming. We are somewhere at that police station. We are there.
Okay.
We are back.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Let's take another person. Hello, welcome. I'm okay, my Sisi. Welcome to the show. Go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So, it's hard to know you. The freedom, the case, they will carry all of your truth. We know what we are going through and what you're going through for us. They will continue to guide you. So, this is my city. I'm calling from Clapperton this morning.
Go ahead, man.
So, you think that's you think some careful. You think we're running something in the country? In your mind and in your belief, you think we're running something? And then for the things that serious. And then for the serious country, but not effort that for my as it was. And strength for education. But then the country there's something that we're running today. What is also government? You see this college education government. They're not running nothing. The people that were calling people next year. You know what you're calling to our hotel on this? Let's see, I'm taking 3 months now. We're going to. I just said for official staff in the government. I don't care how they feel. What is that? So the people, either you were eating a drink or you were saying it, or you were in the car when you were saying it. I don't know. Now nobody can break it down. Nobody can break it down. Then they call it man, then they get his car. So then they put it there and back. You're not there for. So go to the police and you go out there. Look, let us see the post, we let us stop it. Let us stop raising tension in the budget. They are government now. They beat blast in their hands. The opposition will get nothing, will get further. Come when you start going soon, when the school start going back to you, they will break the glasses on our window. Let us stop it. They will not pay 2 hours before that man, they will be let's pay out for the garden and the worker, they say so. They will go after her. Anybody thought you won't go after them. The other message don't even go, but you talk. In your press release, you say some government official, yes, in the voting job. It not be a fair to say it. So I want you to come out to say, I will answer your question. You really started the government in this country that they were taking bribe, receive money from no cartel, so they all mind investigation. You must say ARG. Then you say they put asking you question, you must call up police that took money for those drug cartel. So they will get to it. You don't get proof, you lie to us. Then you call me up for the car, that's true. But I like how they never from this country. I like saying something. We're not stupid yet. See you say, and we'll send it on to say advice to you. Then you come for questioning. You want fast. That's your job. And we'll call it on death. You have to know your lawyer. You have a right to say anything you want to say. But when you call for questioning, they say, oh, the position that was dropped, that was a blatant lie. We will not accept, we will not agree with it. They were working like police for cooking. They don't call the phone that was there. What they call their lead, where they there, it's just a student. And he's making a dead contract. He was defending that ball. He was defending that ball. He said, we call it. So defend someone here that Kevin Trust. So the airport is defending some student. They can't think how to play a movie. Can you imagine for the African second to us? They won't wear trust now in the country. And your lead was inside their own trust, and then you don't enter it. They go RG. Get it from you don't enter it. But your boy, you brought in the police. That was all about any police. You call your lead. And your own son who say it, that we don't want to say it. And so like that you say it. Now your own boy, you brought in the police. And the man say it for his lead. So you say that last day, for you not put a phone for questioning. So we call it on the interview, see that woman. But we don't hear anything in the air. So they will hear about power teller, especially that will drop. Or you will come, on us there, on us that night they want to the woman up. To go and reference for questioning. Can you imagine what for this elected justice in this country? When you keep to rescue, when you told you not doing everything have been broken down on you, on your leadership is of worker, and you said that when a personal leader, you cry for them, you get that job. Exactly what you were wrong.
Thank you, Sisi. Thank you for calling. And that's what it is. This is the Liberia we have. This is the Liberia we find ourselves in. And let's take another person. Hello? Oh, I didn't cut you off though. I don't know what's happening to your stuff, but okay, let's see if we can. Okay, we have this person. Hello, welcome to the show. Good afternoon. I'm fine. How are you?
Thank you very much. Esther, I'm Spencer Mohammed, and I call from Down Coast Onyo, Winter Community, member of Constantine Liberia for Justice. Esther, when I listen to you reading about Liberia making a commitment to receive 1,200 deportees or asylum seeker refusal, then I begin to think about the agreement Liberia had when it came to that, South African at the time. You remember that story where it brought about the visa extension that they were parading with?
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what is happening today. This is what they do. Look, President Joseph Numa Bwaka government lacks the international connections, so they are doing everything to bring criminals. And you rightfully stated, America is a place that anyone can go and seek the land of honey. How can we take people from the land of honey and bring them to this place that is dry and dead? More especially the government that can pay on job creation. President Bwaka, have you created those jobs that you can pay on? And Liberians now eating 3 times a day for which you are accepting other people to come and add to us? Is this not another tension that you're trying to build in our country? In my mind, President Bwaka, you told us you squander opportunity, yet Liberian people being president, you are squandering another opportunity. And look, Esther, we will not fall for the diversionary practice. The police IG make it clear. He did not lie. He was not under coherence when he made that open confession that indeed senior member of this government sanctioned the drugs that came to the country. So he knows. And in his capacity as police directors, when he talks about senior government officials, we will not look at deputies. Deputies are equivalent to him. Seniors are people above him. So Park Army or Gregory Como, you told us senior government officials, stop diverting our attention to past government officials. You just embarrassed the former VP this morning for little of no reason. The woman was going to attend international duty, and you created another unnecessary business. Look, in my mind, you see all of those things happening under the government that campaign to create jobs and better the lives of the people. You see them going after triviality. It means the government has failed, they lack direction, and they are just looking for something to use as an escape route. But we tell them that Joseph Numa Bwaka, we will seat you democratically in 2029 for your gross incompetence and your gross execution of sponsoring activities that you are carrying on. Everything that you present has come over you, and you are brought in here again. We start in 2029, and President we have returned to replace you and face our country in 2029. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for calling. Let's take another person. Hello, welcome.
Hello, how you doing?
Not bad. I'm okay. Go ahead.
This is Ansu M. Sherry, John Williams, and also political prisoner calling from Brazil.
Go ahead.
You see, the government is just fighting hard to enforce or CDC official anything. Because the message they give me that they came to rescue Liberians, they came to rescue themselves. They have failed our country, they're taking their country to be the country of unity party. If you're not unity party, anything you do now is running after you. Mind you, if the bad president did not be careful, people can turn drugs in that area there, they say they will not selling drugs. The people, they planning it, they doing it, and they want to run after us, and we are prepared for them. My brother from Boka said I'm making their way. I say I'm on my way now to the police station there. I will go there. We know the people who involve the drugs. They actually know about the drugs. Every day they're talking to them, they know about the drug, but they want to be making the other way to score our past regime record. So we will not give them chance, and we will not allow them to come and score our country. They country not belong to the Unity Party. It's for everyone else. And they are part, him on the deed. It not belong to them. So if we not can treat Liberians like we are slaves to them. So we die with the kind of fun that they put playing on us. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. We can still take more calls. Let's take this person. Welcome.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning or good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, the GMS Creator. I'm calling from Labazi West Point. So thank you very much for the topic on discussions. You know, this government, the Duke government, they feel they will transfer our mind to different things. Since the beginning of the just crisis in Liberia, we have never heard the name of GeoHouse ever surface when it comes to trust in Liberia. But the day that we become first lady, become senator, become vice president, now in opposition, we have never heard our names related to drugs. But because the government see that their hand have been catching the cookie jar, so they want to use that means to involve opposition to distract our mind or take our attention from the government. Then we, the public, that will be discussing, oh, GeoHouse, they will defending other people are against. So they want to switch our minds. That's the strategy. Maybe the money I want to eat the food, the argument or eat the cocoa shop. See, that's a strategy. A strategy is that what the rest of the position we recall, we're going to look at to avoid the peer driver, they don't feel or lawyer, then the laboratory say, we'll tell the opposition, then they'll be discussing it. That's their strategy. And we always see that strategy. We're not stupid again, we're not stupid, we're educated people, we're going to school and learn. We're going to be part of the for. The police action should not be arguing right now at the time. Because he is saying he's in the cookie jar. You know, you might for that song. You know what's happening? They were online, and that video was sitting there. That video was playing my cigarette extra. Real video. Why up to now they are not going for question? But when it comes to the opposition, they will be parading and they'll say that the people are hating you. But they lie to you. I want to be free from that area, and we dare the government to ever do that again. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for calling. Let's take another person. Hello, welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Go ahead.
Thank you. Well, my dear Liberia, I'm continue to back to the problem of consent. One of the things that those people saw, so I call it a talent store, they have work there. They are getting onto like 7 young people money. They will come and ask to all that the nothing there is that laugh. I don't want all you can follow people national wire. You know them follow all of them to go radio station and people even coming to our own local radio station. So the government they're not too far to the people. Like the people are telling you they're because of friendship, but it's actually some of money behind it. It's just because the money will be for the government and for the people the president I call it the government official. Because they know that they're not free offer from the American government. But you see the issue of the issue of they don't get money myself when I hear that I broke down. Because selling up that money, it was before them at Banana. You know, I don't know what of people can get it. Well, that's not going to forget. You know what now the people say? These are so many things. Picking up people to push you one people to go to the wall when it bounce back. No, our army said 2,000, all of that 2,000, 1,000 left of Waka, 1,000 for the opposition. That's what I will police 2,000, all of the 2,000, 1,000 left of Waka, 2,000 left for the opposition. So when anything that happens here, those are homeless, those are angry. They will work on the wrong thing and people say, why? I don't say, man, I don't know where they're about. Why is it that we get it? They don't come up for people. No one yet doing one. Tackling the cost of freedom on zero at the time. Why are they taking that yesterday? Like the public things like just when they get to become the human of this country. Then it's so sad for our country, but they continue to push them to that day, back to the that day. Then it takes time. We got president here. We got people here. It's just the part of being quiet. We stay when it's happening in the small. But then we are sitting here, we're here in peace. Wait for the safety to hear everybody whatsoever. All of that, someone possibly died in here. Let me happen. My territory got waiting in fast government. If that crowd for them waiting in fast government, so that they come forward and just say everybody will be enemy. And you can't even let me know to finish here, you. It's so sad for our country, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for calling. Okay, I think we will squeeze in one more call, then we call it a day. Welcome to the show. You're our last caller. Go ahead.
My dear sister Esther.
Welcome to the show. Tell us your name.
Yeah, my name is Idrissa. I'm Idrissa Somba, my sister. And I represent the concerned Liberia for justice. Yeah, Esther, you getting me?
I'm getting you. Go ahead.
Yeah, my sister, you know, hey, Esther, yeah, oh man. I think this is just a hard time for our nation. Why will this, hey man, this unprepared old man, Mr. Bucker, why will he be forcing government to be intimidating peaceful people? Well, yeah, Mr. Bucker is doing all of this evil thing. My sister is hard. I thought this old man should be thinking how to use this decision among us. He is rather exacerbating things. Why, Mr. Bucker? Why? Mr. What the woman listening to us? Why intimidating Madam Joa Taylor? That kind of peaceful lady. Why? This government, the guys, Bucker is a bunch of guys, they just ran out of strategy and they are compromised because they are the peddlers of this cooking. So they just want to be compromising things, they will be lying to the public to try to distract the people's mind. That's what they regime is offer. I think they just all sophisticated bunch of people. The university people, I think they are just they have zero logic, they lack reasoning ability, and they have zero love for country. Look at the guys have zero love for normal level. Why? When they want to push chaos in our country, they won't bring war. So they think they need to hear what they do. Why? What they do you? When people ask children to the house, ask the number, the person number of the cardiac group of Korea, the soul Jojo. When you go ask questions Jojo. Why Esther? I think bunch of irresponsible people who come in the regime, they think they have a well educated group of people.
It is what it is. Thank you. Thank you so much.
This bunch of people off.
Okay.
They got nothing for us. They are just bunch of people who are.
Thank you so much for calling. We are not going to use, profanity on this radio, but we will squeeze in this person or what our WhatsApp line. Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Welcome to the show. Tell us your name and where you join us from.
Thank you very much, my dear brilliant sister Esther. And thanks also to the hardworking family of the great Freedom family for the recognitions for the public. I'm Pocat Robert. And I join you this morning from an unknown destination right around the police headquarters.
Go ahead.
The guest, the guest from the call, the priest, we always say the parable, the priest that can disgrace the rooster can come from the back. It's what Mr. Parker playing with. We continue to say this, our tolerance is not to say we are weak. It's to obey the organic law that governs this particular country is what we are exercising. If taking picture with somebody is a crime, then Jeremiah will be brought to book. Then Jeremiah will be brought to book. Then Jojo Bwaka, the son of the president, will be brought to book. If taking picture is a crime, you're going after a former sitting vice president in the kind of reckless manner. See how the people putting gun at the woman in the car. You have other people that were suspect, that were accused. They were protected. You got all of God like from America were protected. You were eating sandwich in a comfortable home. But you see now, the people went for the vice president in that kind of form manner. We're not taking this legally. Because we know after the vice president, we know where they are heading. We're not taking this legally. We are calling all of our citizens, all of our support, all of that mean well for this country to come out in their number now at the police headquarters. Enough is enough. When people come stay here, he said, higher is part of the drug issue. Nobody asking for your evidence. When a patriotic nationalistic senator spoke, they asking for evidence. All of the thing is a smoke, then before you see the fire. Where you see smoke, there's a fire. So now, according all of our sedition, all our well-meaning Liberians that mean well for the country that now go back in the dark days to come out and then we protect our fundamental right. Our right cannot be infringed on by the cross cartel. We are saying this, we are the meaning. I'm in this. I'm very in the unknown destination of the police headquarters, and actually we are here. I just calling all Liberians to turn up. But this is enough because right after our president now, we know where we'll be heading. Enough is enough. Thank you.
Thank you, Bogart. Thank you for calling. That's all we can take for today, folks. We want to draw down curtains on today's presentation of the program from the print news. As a matter of fact, it was the August 19th presentation. We will be here on tomorrow. Hopefully, Window will be with us. And it's gonna be a true. I mean, it's gonna be what's on your mind. You know what we talk about on every Thursday. What's on your mind? So until then, my name is Esther Daku. Do have yourselves a wonderful day. Bye bye from my end.